everyone, so I thought today I'd do a really quick video about my top 10 favorite cheek products. So this would include blushes and highlighters, not necessarily like face products like foundations and stuff, but just I guess my top 10 products that I really like to wear on my cheeks that I reach for a lot. So the first ones I'm going to mention are NARS blushes, and I have quite a few different NARS blushes, but I picked the two favorites just because I didn't want to do like all NARS blushes in this. I mean, NARS blushes are definitely some of my favorites, and the first one that I wanted to show you is NARS Deep Throat, and it looks like that. And I would consider this like a nice medium peachy pink. And if you have orgasm, this is kind of like orgasm without that intense gold sheen. This is Deep Throat beside it. This is orgasm. And if you had to choose between these two, I'd go for Deep Throat. I just think it's more flattering, and yeah, the pigmentation on NARS blushes is really good. The next one from NARS that I absolutely love is NARS Desire, and it looks like bright scary pink in the pan here, but it actually applies really beautifully, especially even on people who have fair skin. It shows up really nicely. It's just like one of those I'm in just from the cold look, you know, when your cheeks get that kind of healthy flush in winter. That's what it looks like. So really pretty pink blush. I do think this is actually a matte. Yeah, it is a matte blush. So I don't really like the MAC blushes. I don't think they have very good lasting power. I think they're very kind of chalky and powdery, and I think they're just overpriced. I don't think that they're any better than most drugstore blushes, except for this one that I bought recently, and this one was limited edition. This is the Joie de Vivre Cream Blend blush, and I think this came out in the summer, but this is a cream blush, and it looks like that. If I just put it on, it's like really bright. I mean, you think, wow, like that's crazy, but you just apply it very lightly. I use like a stippling brush or something, and this just makes me look really healthy and just really pretty. It looks great in the summertime. I wore this a lot during the summer. It's kind of like a tangerine sort of pink color. From MAC, the other face products that I really like from MAC are the mineralized skin finishes. I think they do have some in the permanent collection, but usually they come out as limited edition releases with special collections. One of my favorites is Blonde. Oh, I have a hair here in my mouth. That's nice. This is Blonde, and this came out with the Blonde Brunette Redhead collection, I think last year or so. And yeah, it's really nice, and it has different strips. Usually the MAC MSFs don't look like this. Like, they don't usually have 3 different or 4 different strips of color. Mine are kind of all a bit blended together by now, but this is definitely one of my favorites, and it's just like a nice, it's like a really nice light pink that I think looks really great on fair skin tones. And another one that I really like from MAC, and this has been released with several limited edition collections, is this one, and this is Champagne. And I have used mine quite a bit. I think I'm nearing the end of it. Like, it's pretty much flat. Like, they are usually domed, slightly domed, and mine's pretty much flat now. So I think I'm getting near to the end, but yeah, really pretty. It's like a champagne highlighter. And I actually have a little bit of this on here today. I don't know if you can tell. My next favorite product is by Bobbi Brown, and it's one of their Pot Rouge. And their Pot Rouge come, yeah, in a pot like this, and these are products meant for the lips and cheeks. I don't like them so much on my lips because I don't find them like creamy enough, so I do prefer these just as cream blushes. And this one is Pink Raspberry, and it's just a really pretty sort of a medium pink. And again, this is a cream blush, so I apply this either with my fingers. There, you can see what that looks like. I apply this with my fingers and blend it out, or sometimes I use a stippling brush, and this is just really flattering. When you blend it out, it looks really nice, and this just makes your skin look really fresh and kind of dewy. Next product I have is by Barry M, and I guess this would fall under bronzer, but this is my favorite bronzer. This is the Natural Dazzle bronzing powder, and I think this only comes in 1 shade. And for me, this is just a really good color because it's not too dark and it's not orangey at all. It kind of has like a, I don't know, it's really hard to tell, but it's like it has not an orange undertone, but it has kind of like a mauvey undertone. I don't know if you can see it there. But yeah, this just works really great on fair skin again, because if I use like some bronzers that are way too orange or red toned, I just end up looking like a clown, or like my face just looks dirty. So this one is very, very flattering for me, and Berry M is just very inexpensive. You can get this in the UK at drugstores. The next product is by Femme, and these are really, really cheap blushes that you can get on, you know, some online makeup stores. And they make really, really pigmented blushes that are very inexpensive. I think I paid like $3 or something for this. The NARS ones are 0.16 ounces and this is 0.14 ounces. So you get almost as much product, just maybe a little bit less. But that's crazy actually that you get that much. I had no idea. But yeah, they're really, really cheap. And this one is in the shade Lilac Champagne. And I don't know if it's going to show color accurately on here, but it does have like a slight bluish undertone. And I love that when I'm doing looks where I'm using a lot of blues or cool tones, because sometimes if you use like a warm tone blush, it can kind of clash. And it's a very unique product that probably isn't very suitable for most people, but I love it. And it's a matte white powder blusher by Illamasqua, and it's called Intrigue. And the compact I think is really cool. It's like a square compact, and I just use this for highlighting sometimes when I want like a really, really intense highlight. I do this a lot when I have like darker looks, because then this can just make it really contrasting. So I mean, for a lot of people this is like, you know, not very usable because they'll have, this is like way too light for them. But for very, very fair skinned people like myself, this is like a really kind of cool product if you want a very intense highlight, you know, on the tops of your cheeks. Okay, and my last favorite blush is actually from Ben Nye, and it is in my Ben Nye palette. You can buy these blushes individually. I have some eyeshadows and blushes, and you can actually use, like, I mean, I have, for example, this is actually an eyeshadow, but I use this sometimes as blush. But anyway, one of my favorite blushes that I use quite a bit is actually this one. This is by Ben Nye. It's a matte powder blusher, and this is just called DR13 Natural Blush. And it's actually what I have on my cheeks right now. It's just a perfect color if you have fair skin, again, that is just looks like natural blush. I mean, that's why it's called that. It's kind of like a very, you know, the title of the blush makes sense to me because it just looks really, really natural. And it has like a slightly peachy undertone. Like, it's not pink, it's more on the peach side. Now, Ben Nye, you do have to order online unless you can find it maybe at some theatrical makeup store. Sometimes they have stuff like that, but I ordered mine online. So yeah, those are my top 10 favorite face products, and I hope you enjoyed that. So let me know if you want me to do more of these kind of like top 10 things, like top 10 eyeshadows or top 10 nail polish or whatever, because I think they're really fun to do and they're fun to watch too. So yeah, let me know if you want to see more of those, and I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you very, very soon. Bye bye.